what's up? In my last video I showed you my current on-body EDC carrying system, linked in the description in case you missed that video. But this week is all about my new EDC backpack setup, so without any further fluff, let's just get right into it. The backpack is made by British company Millican and called Smith the Rolltop in the 25 liter variant. The color is moss green and it is made of Millican's special fabric called Dalton canvas, which is apparently almost all recycled consumer waste. So according to Millican's own website, the Smith 25 used the equivalent of 44 single-use water bottles. That's all well and dandy, but what I care most about is the fact that this fabric is, in my experience, very tough and very water resistant. It's not a dry bag, but I have no fear that my stuff would get soaked or even wet in this guy out in the rain. I have actually owned this backpack before, back then in graphite grey, but it did have a bit of a purple hue to it, which is why I ended up selling it. I also did have Millican's Fraser 25 liter backpack in moss green, and I've always loved that color. And since I also loved the Smith 25, I just wanted to give it another try, this time around in green. And I absolutely love it. This backpack has so much going for it, but I'll try to make it quick because I know that you all got places to be. So again, the fabric is, in my experience, very tough and very water resistant. The backpack consists of a main compartment with a roll top. It is lined in a bright yellow fabric on the inside for better visibility, and you do get some pockets and pen holders for better organization. There is a fleece-lined pocket that goes about halfway down and it's perfectly sized to house my 11-inch iPad Pro, and there's also another flat pocket that goes down all the way for your papers and folders. You can of course also put a notebook in there, which I do every now and again, but that pocket is not padded, so you just gotta be aware of that. You do, however, get a padded notebook compartment as well, which can be accessed from the side, and it is just big enough to house my chunky M1 Pro 16-inch MacBook Pro. While we are at the back, there is also another sort of hidden flat zippered pocket on the other side, which is perfect to store your passport and also offers a little carabiner that can hold your keys. The back panel itself is very nicely padded, and comfort has never been an issue with this backpack. Even with tons of gear and multiple notebooks in it, it is just a joy to carry. You do get two big water bottle pouches on either side that keep a fairly flat profile whilst not in use because of this clever folding mechanism and elastic band. Then there's a front admin pouch with additional internal pockets, pen holders and whatnot, but we'll go through all of that stuff in a minute. And then finally, there's also an open pocket behind this admin pouch for quick access. The perfect spot to keep some thin gloves in the winter and a spare mask or whatever. You can also hook gear to those loops if that's something that you're into. And there's a reflective patch that you can fold in if it's not needed, but it does provide better visibility whilst you're out and about in the city. The capacity is 25 liters, but really you can carry so much gear in this backpack that it's not even funny anymore. So now that you've got an overview of this backpack, let's talk about how I've set it up for my day-to-day use. With this backpack, I wanted to create a system that works in almost all scenarios that I might encounter in my day-to-day life. Everything from going to work to wandering through the city, grocery shopping to a day hike or whatever. I have carried this exact system in my day-to-day life, as well as on a recent trip to New York City and to Iceland, and so far it has worked flawlessly every step of the way. So let me now show you what I actually keep inside of this backpack. And let's start out with the main compartment. Since the weather is getting warmer and warmer with each passing day, I am already gearing up for spring and summer, and that means that I've already packed my favorite towel. This guy is made by a company called Le Stoff, and it's like the ultimate towel/blanket for the summer. It packs down fairly small, looks and feels nice, is big enough to be used as a beach towel, but also provides that extra bit of warmth and coziness for when it gets a bit chillos outside. My fiance got the same towel in blue for herself, and we used these a ton last summer, be it out in a restaurant after sunset, at the beach or in an outdoor cinema. Again, they provide all the warmth and comfort you need while looking good and taking up very little space. In addition to that, they also work great if you just need to dry yourself off. This guy lives at the very bottom of my backpack because I honestly don't need it that much just yet. It is still very early spring here in Germany after all, but I have tons of space in this backpack, so why not bring it, eh? Right next to my towel, down at the bottom, I keep this small first aid kit. I don't need it very often, but often enough to justify bringing it if I can. It sports an assortment of pills and band-aids, as well as tweezers for tick removal. We live in Tick Central here in southern Germany, so this is essential for hikes in the spring or summer. Next item, down at the bottom, is my Maxpedition skinny pouch. Regular viewers of this channel are probably sick to death of seeing this, but it is an essential part of my EDC system. In this pouch I keep all sorts of just-in-case items that I never want to have to use, but definitely don't want to not have if I actually need them. So in here I keep everything from a power bank and different cables to recharge my stuff, a bigger flashlight to a multi-tool, an assortment of ibuprofen and anti-diarrhea pills, and a ton of other stuff. If you want to see the contents of this pouch in detail, feel free to check out the link in the description below. Another summer essential for me is this travel backgammon by Sondergut. It's made from leather and, what can I say, it's a rollable backgammon set. Always a good time, no matter if you're sitting in a cafe or at the beach. On top of all of this stuff, I keep this green camera insert by Billingham. This is the insert that came with my Hadley Small Pro bag, and it's just the right size for this backpack. In it, I keep my favorite EDC vlogging camera of all times, the Sony ZV-1, along with the Sony Grip tripod thingy. For my photos, I always bring my Leica Q2 with my favorite leather strap. In between these two cameras, I am able to capture everything I want to in decent quality. To complement my Q2, I also like to keep this filter pouch with a polarizer, an ND filter and a Tiffen Black Pro Mist filter in the zippered pocket on the back of the main compartment. And that's almost it for the main compartment. I do also keep a poncho in here just in case of heavy downpour, because many of my favorite jackets that I like to wear from spring to fall are not waterproof. With all of that stuff inside of the main compartment, there is still plenty of space left with the Rolltop to stuff 1 or 2 jackets or some groceries in there should the need arise. But unlike many other backpacks that might offer a ton of space as well, I think this one also keeps a nice shape even when it's not fully loaded out. 2 items that I also bring almost everywhere are my 16-inch M1 Pro MacBook Pro, which lives in the aforementioned laptop compartment on the back, and this insulated Clean Canteen water bottle. I used the non-insulated Clean Canteen bottle for years, but recently upgraded to this insulated one, so that going forward I can enjoy a cold sip of water in the summer and some hot tea in the winter. This one is also brushed instead of polished, but yeah, haven't really used it in very hot or cold environments yet, so I can't say how well it actually works. It does, however, at the very least, look great. The front compartment is where I keep some spare batteries for my Leica and Sony cameras, my Ray-Ban Kriss sunglasses, a SanDisk Extreme SSD, a small pen called the Lilliput by the company Kaweco in brass, along with an A6-sized moleskin notebook, a Leica branded tote bag for those quick trips to the grocery store after work, my beloved AirPod Pros, and some other random daily items like paper tissues, a spare mask, maybe my keys, and what have you. As I said in the beginning, I also use this backpack for my daily commute to work, and it also easily houses my 14-inch Lenovo notebook on top of all of the aforementioned stuff, as well as a lunchbox if I decide to bring it. And that's really it. If I'm out and about and want to have quick access to my cameras, I usually carry my Leica over my shoulder and my Sony tucked away in the other side pouch. I won't make any promises on how long I will stick with the setup, but so far I'm really happy with it. It works wonderfully, is very comfortable, very spacious and flexible, and never looks out of place. But that's all I got for you today. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to subscribe if you want to see more EDC, camera or tech related videos. And until next time, take care. Bye bye.